The days are getting longer, temperatures are getting warmer. This makes a welcoming environment for outdoor recreation. But when a good weekend turns bad, do you know what will save your life? News 13's Lacie Grosvold went on a ride along with Trooper Scott Quist in a helicopter. They got the bird's eye view of what makes a distressed person visible from 500 to 1,000 feet above ground. Here's more.
This helicopter travels at about 100 miles per hour. Up here, everything looks miniature. Sergeant Scott Quist points out signs he looks for when he's searching for someone.
Typically in the winter we have tracks to follow, so you try and find the freshest tracks that you can, either foot tracks or snow machine tracks.
Public safety technician Leo Farrow plays the part of a missing person in this exercise. We know he's on a snow machine in this general area.
People on the ground assume they can be seen. If they can see an aircraft, then the aircraft can see them. And that's not always the case.
On the first pass, Farrow's built a fire in the shadow of some birches. Do you see him? Let's try that again. Even in these clear conditions, he's hard to find. Farrow had no trouble spotting the helicopter.
The helicopter was big as day. I thought he saw me well before he did.
It is much easier to locate someone in an open area.
Don't stay and hide underneath the trees. Being out in the middle of an opening and moving yourself is probably your best bet.
On the second pass, Farrow lit flares. This method can be ineffective in the bright sunlight. The flare lasts for only a moment, and a solo pilot could be looking the opposite direction when it goes off. Farrow's third attempt was to build a smoky fire. Like a flare, this could be effective in some conditions. With winds at higher elevations, the smoke is barely visible.
When I put foam on the fire, it was very dark in our situation here.
The final measure was an orange smoke flare. This was the most effective means. Quist says that even with good information, it can be difficult to spot someone who needs help. He tells the story of having GPS coordinates for a lost kayaker last fall.
I searched and couldn't find him. Just could not see him.
What saved the kayaker was creating eye-catching motion and contrasting color.
Finally, he had the wherewithal to pick up a seat cushion and started waving it, and I saw him immediately.
Flares and smoke flares cost about $50 for a 3-pack. It's a small amount of money if it helps you get found.
There's an even cheaper device that's very effective, especially on a sunny day like this. Something as simple as a mirror can attract the attention of a pilot.
Quist says he hasn't rescued a person who used mirrors, but
there are lots of scenarios where I wish people had mirrors.
Preparing for the worst-case scenario can help save lives in desperate situations. As demonstrated, you have more than one option to make sure that rescuers can spot you if you need help. With News 13, I'm Lacie Grosvold.